Uh-oh, I didn't plug the camera in. Hello, YouTube. Give me one moment. There we go. Sometimes we forget to plug the camera in. Other times we don't. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our webinar for Wednesday, September the 6th. Today, this is our live morning market update and then live trading session from here. Just want to start out by saying anyone that's living in Miami and Florida, we're concerned for you and we hope for the best. You know, these times are rough. Interesting to see two hurricanes that are Category 5 potentially in one pretty much month, not even a month, just separated by a few weeks apart. Last time that's happened, I wasn't alive. It was that far ago. So interesting developments there. But we'll talk about Hurricane Irma. We'll talk about how it's impacting the stock market. And then we'll talk about some Harvey aid bill stuff. And lastly, we'll talk about the debt limit that's coming up here. And why it's important. Okay, so let's start out with some key earnings on Tuesday session. Hewlett-Packard is up 4.3% on a Q3 beat. All right, so that's a stock to watch. Symbol's HPE for today. If you want to take advantage of some post-earnings action with some options trades, like our Options Pro subscription helps you do, then you could start to look at these stocks. Okay, Dave & Buster's minus 7% after hours on weak same-store sales growth, so it whiffed. And that's it. That's pretty much the big ones. At Home Group, ticker HOME, plus 4.5% on Q2 revenue growth. That's another one. All right, in today's markets, Japan's down 0.14%. Overnight, the algorithms panicked and sold off the US dollar and bought the Japanese yen in a move of fear removal, or risk removal rather, getting out of risk from the markets on the headline that there's another earthquake out of North Korea. However, that headline was delayed from the weekend, and the algos overreacted reading the headlines, and then the price rallied right back up. So that was interesting. A mini crash, if you will, and then very quick recovery based on just one single tweet. That's what's happening with this market. Computers are stupid. No matter what anyone tells you, they don't think. They do, they don't think. They have to be told what to do. And that's what happens when all the markets are so automated. So Robocop-like. All right, so in Asia, Japan's down 0.14, like we said. Hong Kong's down 0.5%. China is up 0.03. India down 0.5%. So markets in Asia are starting weak. But in Europe, London's down 0.67%. Okay, Paris is down 0.25 percentage point. And Frankfurt's down 0.1 percentage point. So modest losses there as well, spilling in from the Asian session. However, in the S&P 500, the Dow's up 0.04%. S&P futures are flat. NASDAQ is up 0.15%, and crude oil is up 0.5% to 48.90. And in fact, I believe it's even pushing higher. 48.90. What are we at right now? Yeah, 49.29. We are through the overnight highs and on the edge of volume, so we should probably pull back around here. It shouldn't get much higher than 49.33 or so before we take a bit of a pullback. That would be viable. Okay, 10-year Treasury yield up 5 basis points to 2.075%. As fear elevates, risk assets go down, and safe haven assets like a treasury bill and safety assets tend to go up. All right, today we got international trade, Red Book chain store sales, PMI services index at 945, and ISM non-manufacturing index. This is the big event so far of the week. That comes out at 10 a.m. flat, and then Fed's beige book. Okay, let's talk about Hurricane Irma. It strengthened into one of the most powerful storms ever recorded over the Atlantic Ocean. All right, it went from Category 4 to potentially Category 5, which means winds of up to 300 kilometers per hour, which is insane. I haven't even driven that fast. I have been on my motorcycle. Well, should I say it wasn't that fast? It was fast enough, but within 50 kilometers or so of that. So I haven't even moved that fast on a vehicle, let alone imagine winds of up to those speeds. And it's very close to being categorized as a Category 6 hurricane, which is even faster winds and more destructive. So shares of insurer companies, so companies who do insurance, I read a statistic that only about 15% of all these losses that are so astronomical will be covered by insurance. The rest of them will not, because the flood insurance, or the insurance companies do not provide flood protection. They don't provide anything that could actually happen, all right? And that's why those commercials back in the day were funny, where they're like, you mean if zombies come in and eat me, then I'm covered? And they're like, yeah, that's pretty much it. And, you know, as funny as it is, it's true, but it's also sad and tragic because a lot of people are going to get stuck with losses. And they've been paying for insurance for this type of thing, and insurance is not going to cover it. But anywho, insurance companies are still kind of figuring out the Harvey damage, and here's some of the losses against these moves, specifically from Harvey. We're now starting to get some tabulations or recordings of the damage. That's looking astronomical, bigger than any storm yet. And as we're assessing the damage in Houston, another one's about to pound the coast here on Florida, and that's expected to move in around Saturday in the morning. I'll tell you how you could trade this thing. First and foremost, be safe if you live out there. Our prayers are out with you. All right, our prayers go out to you. We hope that you're okay. We hope your family is okay. Stay safe. Don't do anything crazy. And if there's evacuation orders, please listen, because there's one storm to take seriously. It's this one. Okay. That being said, if you want to trade this and make some money, here's how you do it. There are a few stocks that you could potentially get, and reinsurers are obviously the best way to short or to get the gains. What you do is you buy put options on reinsurance companies. Reinsurer Everest, ticker symbol RE on the New York Stock Exchange, is down 7%, making it the biggest loser on the S&P 500 yesterday. And that's actually not true. I was probably the biggest loser on the S&P 500 yesterday. I'll talk about that in the trading room. Not an astronomical loss, but I had a really bad day. And I'm honest about that. I could look at myself in the mirror and I said, man, what happened yesterday? I had a terrible day. We'll talk about why. It's not a big loss. It's just the sequence of events just really threw me off. It was a sign from above. I think Mercury was retrograde for the last time yesterday. I don't know. Barbara will confirm that in the room. All right. XL Group, New York Stock Exchange symbol XL, is down 5.8%. Another way to, so the two reinsurer companies right there that are affected the most, you could buy puts on rallies. Not right now. They're already down. Wait for them to kind of coast back up, and then you could hit them over the head one more time. Orange juice futures are one way to catch the rally on the storm in Florida. There's a lot of orange juice that's produced there, a lot of high quality orange juice. I think it's exported. So what's going to happen here is these orange juice futures are going to skyrocket. They're already up 6.2% to $1.45 per pound. We're going to try to look at those today, although you need a data entitlement that's very expensive, so we'll have a look at that. However, all right, that's the highest and most actively traded contract since May of 2016. Another way you could do this is cruise ship companies that operate in the Caribbean, okay, because this storm has hit it's made landfall in the Caribbean islands first. It's headed for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's right in line of the fire as well. And the storm's moved a little bit east, which is sort of good news, but it's still headed towards Florida by Saturday. But yeah, Caribbean cruise ship companies, Royal Caribbean, New York Stock Exchange symbol RCL, Carnival, stock symbol CCL also fell sharply. Airlines, American Delta, so AAL's American Airlines on NASDAQ. DAL is a symbol for Delta on New York Stock Exchange. And Southwest Airlines, LUV. Love that symbol, LUV. JetBlue symbol on NASDAQ, JBLU, are canceling flights and offering waivers to passengers. That's going to potentially impact the revenue. There's going to be a bearish sentiment. They're going to hit cruise ship companies that operate in the Caribbean. They're going to hit airline stocks because there's going to be less travel, all right, and less really sales in that time period as they cancel flights and evacuate people on the book. They're actually not being paid to evacuate people as airline companies. And what else? And reinsurer companies. There's 3 ways you can make money, and orange juice future as well. So 4 ways you can make money with the storm. There's no excuses. There's always opportunity. You heard it here first. I hope that helps you guys trade Hurricane Irma. But first and foremost, before you get greedy, always keep the people that are in the way of the storm in your thoughts, in your prayers, and just be humble about it, all right? I've always been uneasy with trading when you're making money on the back of people's damages. It's not even a loss. If you come to the market with $30,000 and you lose it and I take it from you, that's one thing because you participated. But it's another thing to be profiting when there's just crazy carnage going on. So I would say if you do good, think about donating a portion of your profits. It's the right thing to do. Trust me, it's definitely the right thing to do. Help people out when they're in need, because at the end of the day, all we have is each other in this world. Without each other, everyone's so inward thinking these days. Oh, me, 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 what about me? And nobody thinks about anyone else. And that's the quickest way to isolation, loneliness, and depression. And I'll tell you that for 100% fact. Look to help others, and you'll be shocked to see how much it helps you. All right, guys, Take care. Have a great day. Sorry for that little psychological rant. Oh, today the House is going to vote on a Harvey aid bill at some point. I don't know when. And they want to combine this with the debt limit. So basically, they want to vote on whether or not the Harvey aid bill will be passed. It's $8 billion expenditure. There's going to be talk around that in the House today. There's even talk of suspending the debt limit altogether. So saying, you know what, forget this debt ceiling. Let's spend as much as we need to make sure everything's back up to speed. Then we'll have this discussion again in December. So they're kicking the can down the road to the end of the year. So watch out for that as well. A lot of news today. A lot of things can happen. A lot of geopolitical tensions. We're hearing there's landslides out of North Korea from these nuclear bomb tests. All right, China's really opposed to this because it could hurt, obviously, the surrounding areas. It could contaminate and pollute them. Guess who's their neighbor? China. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day. Be careful here. Trade wise, trade careful, trade smart, trade like a trade pro. See you guys inside our trading room. Get the Day Trader Pro package. Trade with us daily. Options Pro package. Get yourself an opportunity to swing trade using our option strategies and education. Get them both for 22% discount on a monthly basis. Check out our website, check out our blog, and over and out to you guys. Have a great day. I bid you farewell. Trade Pro subscribers, let's get in here. Let's do the thing. Let's do the darn thing. And open the trading room. Quite a bid getting put into the S&P 500 here. Overnight, only 213,000 contracts. It's pretty pathetic. Let me end the YouTube broadcast.